Now let us discuss about digital transducers. So let us say digital transducers. So in case of analog transducers, which we have discussed till now, the analog transducers convert input physical quantity into an electrical signal which is of analog type. So in case of analog transducer, the analog output varies continuously with the input. Whereas digital transducers convert the input non-electrical quantity into digital output. The output of the digital transducer is discrete in nature and it may give frequency type output or digitally coded output. So the basic difference between analog transducers and digital transducers is the nature of output signal. So since in case of digital transducer, the output is in digital form, so there is a requirement of analog to digital conversion. So that is why a digital transducer is consisting of A to D converter. So this is the block diagram of a simple digital transducer. So where input physical variable is given to analog transducer, it converts that physical quantity into analog signal. That analog signal is given to analog to digital converter, which will give digital output signal. So what is the necessity of converting analog signal to digital signal then? See, the advantage of this digital transducers are, first thing is, it is possible to obtain increased accuracy with digital signal. Then it becomes easy to use digital computers along with transducers for data manipulation. And the third point is, it is very easy to transmit digital signals without distortion and external noise. So that is why the digital transducers are advantageous over analog transducers. Now let us discuss about frequency domain transducers. These frequency domain transducers are the types of digital transducers. In case of frequency domain transducers, the output is in the form of pulses or sinusoidal waveform. The frequency of these pulses or sinusoidal waveform is a measure of magnitude of the input physical quantity which is to be measured. So now basically there are three types of frequency domain transducers. One is electromagnetic frequency domain transducer, second one is optoelectrical frequency domain transducer, and third one vibrating string transducer. So now let us see the electromagnetic frequency domain transducer. So this is as shown in this figure. This electromagnetic frequency domain transducer is basically used to measure speed. It consists of a permanent magnet. This is permanent magnet, and there is a coil wound around this permanent magnet. Next, there is a toothed gear of ferromagnetic material. It is mounted on the rotating shaft, whose speed is to be measured. Now, as the shaft rotates, the toothed gear also rotates. And as each tooth gear passes in front of the magnet, the gap length changes. That means, suppose if the tooth comes axially with the magnet, then a pulse is produced. Its magnetic flux changes. And alternately, as there is no tooth, so there is no pulse production. So therefore, as each gear tooth passes in front of the magnet, the gap length changes, and consequently there is a change in the flux density and a voltage pulse is induced in the coil. So therefore, as the two-thread gear rotates with faster rate, so more number of such pulses will be produced per second. And hence here the frequency of these pulses produced will give the speed of shaft. So as the speed increases, there will be more number of pulses per second. That means the frequency of pulses will increase. So frequency of pulses will give directly the value of speed of the shaft. Now let us see the second type of frequency domain transducer, that is optoelectrical frequency domain transducer. So this type of transducer is used especially to measure linear motion or linear displacement or linear speed. So as shown in this figure, this optoelectrical frequency domain transducer consists of a transparent scale with a grating, and there is a slit arrangement. So the width of this slit is equal to the pitch of grating in this transparent scale, and the object whose linear motion is to be measured is connected to this transparent scale. That means as that object moves linearly up and down, this transparent scale also moves up and down. Now there is a light source and there is photoelectric transducer which produces a pulse upon detecting a light. So now when the light source emits light radiation, these light radiation passes through the transparent scale through the pitch of the grating, and then the light source passes through the slit and falls upon the photoelectric transducer. Then it produces a pulse, a voltage pulse will be produced when light falls on this photoelectric transducer. So now when the transparent scale moves, then whenever the dark patches or grating comes in the path of light, in that case the light may not pass through the transparent scale because there is a dark patch in the path. So the light will not pass through the slit. There is no light at the output side of transparent scale. So photoelectric transducer will not produce any output pulse. Now again, during the moment when there is a pitch of the grating comes in the path of light, the light will pass through this transparent scale and this slit, and then again the output pulse is produced by this photoelectric transducer. In this way, when this transparent scale moves linearly up and down, then the speed with which the transparent scale is moving, according to that the output pulse is produced by photoelectric transducer. Now the frequency of the pulses produced by photoelectric transducer, it will give the value of the speed or linear displacement of this transparent scale. In this way, the linear speed or linear displacement can be measured in terms of frequency of the output pulse. Now let us see optoelectrical frequency domain transducer used for rotary motion. That is, this type of optoelectrical frequency domain transducer is used for the measurement of rotational speed of the shaft, whereas the previous optoelectrical frequency domain transducer is used to measure the linear speed, and this is used for the measurement of rotational speed. So the shaft of the transducer has half dark and half white or shining portion. So the shaft has half dark portion and half white portion or shining portion. Now there is again source of light and photoelectric transducer. So the principle of working remains same here. As the photoelectric transducer receives light, it produces output pulse. So during the rotation of this shaft, when white portion or shining portion comes on the upper side. That means when a white portion is exposed to the light source, then light source falls on the shining portion and it reflects the light. The reflected light falls on the photoelectric transducer and therefore a pulse is produced here, an output pulse is produced. Now alternately, when the dark portion comes on the upper side, then the light will be absorbed by the dark portion. No light will be reflected by this dark portion. Therefore, the photoelectric transducer will not produce any output pulse. So as the rotation is faster, so the number of pulses produced per second will be more. So therefore, the frequency of pulses produced will be equal to the speed of rotation. So therefore, such transducers can be used for the measurement of rotational speed in terms of the frequency of output pulses.